Hey there. I know Chris and Walter and the gang will be on Fun in the Country Basement here shortly, but I thought I'd try a little something. So last night I tried doing the two-color fill, and it failed again. And I watched Chris Warkaki's video about troubleshooting the MMU2, and mechanically I think this thing is working good, but I'm having trouble with this red filament stringing when it retracts, and I think that's part of my problem. So let's I'm going to eliminate that from the mix, because what happens is it gets a real stringy point, and then it fails to load and gums up the whole works. So we'll just tuck him back here. So what I got in here is IC3D gray in number 1, and the white is in number 5. And we're going to print a maker coin, which I sliced just for simple layer color changes. There, now you can see the thing. So we're going to load the filaments, both filaments. I recut the ends, and that's one thing I found out is when you have a jam or something happens, either undo this tube and the tubes and get that all situated, pull the filament out and trim it that way, or pull it back through and reload it, but always with a fresh end. So we're going to load filament 1. Push that up in there. And I am going to continue putting my little wipers on all the filaments, just to, it doesn't add any friction, or not very minimal friction, because I don't clamp on the filament, it's just running through that paper towel. But it does help if there are cat hairs or who knows what on your filament. Okay, that's loaded. So let's print. So I've got my maker coin, naming them for 1 and 5 for which filaments they use. So we should have, 1 is the body, should be nozzles right here. Let's turn around that way a little bit. So what I think is happening is we got troubles with the red filament in particular, not retracting right and causing strings, so my settings are off. So to eliminate that, I'm going to switch to a different filament. We'll try that. The other thing is that when my models were really tiny, so it prints a very short time, like with white, does the purge, goes back to red, prints 2 more little teeny layers, and I think possibly those short print times with lots of retractions are adding to the problem. We'll see. So this will give us, very little retractions on the model, because it's going to print a single layer, all one color, not multiple colors. Print like 2 or 3 layers and then swap, and then print 2 or 3 layers and then swap. And we'll see with that, we can get that working fairly reliable. I'm just trying one coin right now, and then I will, if that works, I will change to a different filament and we'll try it again. So it's going to be a lot of experimentation with this thing. Excuse me. We're at nozzle temp. There's the bed temp. Should be rocking and rolling here in just a second. Cameras would focus. Okay, we're going to load. Oh, we're going to print with white first. Well, that's not what I had in mind, but okay. Got it wrapped around this tube. And that red purging. Oh, well, that's interesting. On the prints I was doing yesterday, it was not doing the load each filament and do a small purge test. So those prints I sliced with this slicer version that's out here that I just updated, but I updated the inside computer too. So what is different? And you see this did this little purge test, where yesterday it was doing a little wipe over here in the corner and then a long purge all the way across the front of the bed and not doing this thing. Huh. All right. Now I got to investigate what the heck is that doing. Okay, it beeped at me. Well, that's... Huh. Maybe I need to uninstall and reinstall my Slick 3R on the laptop computer out here, because maybe that's causing some problems. So the purge block is going to be mostly hollow because it's just going to be printing single colors. And no, I know gray and white is not the most exciting color palette, but good test. And this is, both of these filaments have printed successfully before, where the red is a new thing that I haven't printed with before. But if this works, Okay, skirt. Lots of text on the first layer, so that always makes me nervous. Whether it's going to stick and do its thing. And hard to tell. I don't think it did. I think we'll abandon this. Let's clean the bed off a little bit. Pardon me while I get that out of there. Okay, I'm going to get a little bit of alcohol, clean this off, and we'll put it back. Or at least smooth it out a bit. No, of course not. Oh, yes, I do. I do. Get this good and soupy. Smear this around. All right. It's back on. preheat, yeah, and let that glue dry up just a little bit. Yeah, I don't know what the difference is between the two versions of slicers, or the profiles are different. Maybe I had the wrong printer. I don't know. Okay, we're almost there. Glue stick on there. You guys can see the whole range there. All right. Come on, camera. You were doing better last night. What's going on? Okay, we're going to load white first. This is interesting. This is different behavior than what we had last night. Okay, that's the cooling move. Yeah, looks like it's got a nice looking tip on it. So the white is Prusa, what came with the Prusa Mark III, I think. MK3. Perfect load. The tip looks good on the gray. So apparently it comes down to getting that the tip shaped correctly. And I almost wish that they would make it so that it would cut, retract, extend, cut the tip, then retract again every time. So you'd end up with that really nice tip. Or at least cut off the hairy things. But then you got to have a method to clear that out of the tube. Oh, maybe not. No, it would just fall down into the little bin that they've got up there at the top. Okay. Yeah. I hear you beeping. We're going to adjust C down a smidge more. possibly go even lower with Z. I might go a little lower. Let's go, we're at minus 550. Let's go 565. It's looking squished and not too squished. Check the flow rate. Make sure that's flow is at 100. That's good. So I got that problem fixed. Okay. Laddering looks like it's sticking. Where it really gets tough is on the center hole for the O, the A, the R. Much cleaner than the first attempt. It's not sticking. Oh, no, it is. Oh, it's all right. Yeah, it is. It's going. Just didn't look like it was sticking. Hard to see the gray underneath there. Okay. Almost at the end of the first layer. A lot of filling, a lot of retraction, a lot of jumping around on this one. And yes, I use Z-Hop. I know everybody hates Z-Hop, but it has saved many, many models. And I'm using a full 1 millimeter of Z-Hop. Okay. I did miss a little bit right here in the middle. Messed that up. No, that's my horrible. horrible glue job for the first layer. Did knock my temperature down. Pulling filament in. Feel like it. Nope. Okay. Well, stop that. It's unloading. That's working fine. All right, let's preheat the nozzle or do a pull here on it. 2, 6. That's good enough. All right, let's check out what's going on here in the hot end. Well, there is something up in there. acupuncture needle's getting all warbly. Well, let's try this. We'll stuff some of this down in there. I mean, that seems like it's going through just nice. Do a couple more of those. I did have a clog down in the hot end last night, and I did clean it out, but maybe something got gummed up in there. It's causing us problems this morning. Okay, let's hit move, axis, extruder. Well, that's pulling stuff through. So okay, it's done. Yeah, not moving. Okay, just one more time. And we'll do one more quick. So we'll push it down in. Okay, and cool down. Keep pushing while it cools down a little bit. All right. Wait for that to hit down to about 140 or so. And, well, it didn't accomplish much. Scrape this off. Give it a little whisker of just a whisper. I know. Glue stick on PEI. What a concept. 154. Okay, let's yard this out. That's all right. All right. So we'll pull the gray out and make sure that it's not got a ground spot or something else weird going on. That feels fine, the whole length of it. We'll chop it off and give it a brand new end. But, whoops, now I dropped it. Oh well. Okay, so number one. Preheat, PLA, load, number one. Okay, number one's loaded. Get you guys aimed down there. Okay, so we're at 55 degrees on the bed. $59. All right, well, it's loading the white. Unloading the white. Loading the gray. Into this the Bontex. Yeah, it's pulling it in. It's definitely pulling it in. Excuse me. Sorry. I'm snuffly. It's definitely reeling in front filament. First layer is looking all right. So, all right. Well, this has not been much of a stream, but I'll let you know how it goes. Look for me on the Facebook group. I think Chris and those guys are getting ready to stream, so I'm going to end mine.